Every relationship hides a story, and every story carries pain. Welcome to Cheating Stories Insights, where truth bleeds through words. Her hands moved quickly, folding my shirts without care, shoving them into boxes like trash. "My mom and dad are moving in next weekend. We need space," she said, her voice clipped, rehearsed. My wife sat across the room, silent, hollow. She looked like a ghost. I watched her sister pack my life away. Books, shoes, a photograph she didn't bother to frame between cardboard, just tossed. "Take the apartment then," I said, smiling. The words cut through the air like glass. Her sister's hands froze for a second, then continued. My wife looked at me, eyes wide. She didn't speak. She didn't stop it. That silence told me everything. I left without a scene, calm, collected. My belongings stacked like discarded bones in boxes behind me. But calm doesn't mean blind, and silence doesn't mean surrender. In the weeks that followed, the pieces shifted. Too perfectly. Her parents moving in wasn't the real story, it was the excuse. I started noticing details, small, harmless to anyone else. My wife's late-night phone scrolling, screen tilted away from me. Her sister's texts that she hid with a swipe too fast, too nervous. The way conversations ended when I walked into the room. It was all there, tiny cracks in their choreography. I let them believe I was finished, out of the way, the discarded husband. But inside, I built the puzzle, piece by piece. I didn't need to confront them, not yet. I needed proof. I checked the phone bill, hidden numbers, long late-night calls that traced back to her sister. Receipts I found in the trash, 2 dinners, 1 hotel room, both in my wife's name, but paid with a card that wasn't hers. Her sister's card. I moved carefully, coldly, like a surgeon. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger clouds the cut. Precision reveals the truth. One night I followed, quiet as shadow. Their laughter drifted out before they appeared, walking together, too close, too familiar. My wife's hand brushed her sister's. She didn't pull away. It was no accident. It was intimacy. Betrayal in its purest form. I stood in the dark and let the image sear itself into me. That was all I needed. The truth arrived not with fire, but with paper, documents, receipts, screenshots, photos. I arranged them into a neat folder, each page a blade. When I slid it onto the table one evening, my wife's face drained of color. She opened it. She read, slowly. Her breath stuttered. She looked at me finally, lips parted, but no words came. Her sister stepped in, too late, saw the papers, saw me. Rage burned across her face, but it was fragile, desperate. "You don't understand," she spat. "I understand perfectly," I said. My voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. Their secret had already unraveled, laid bare in black ink and photographs. They tried to fight it, of course. Words, excuses, tears. But the more they spoke, the more tangled they became, choking on their own lies. I didn't argue. I didn't defend. I simply watched, calm, silent. That silence was heavier than any accusation. It told them I had already won. I walked to the door. Their words followed me, pleas, curses, confusion, but I didn't turn back. By the time the first phone calls reached me weeks later, their voices were no longer defiant. They were frantic, screaming. The apartment had collapsed under them. The parents they'd moved in to replace me turned on them after discovering the truth. Neighbors whispered, friends pulled away. The walls they had built with deception crumbled, brick by brick. They wanted me back in their story, as the scapegoat, the savior, the fool. But I had no role left to play. I sit now in silence, in a place that is mine alone. The apartment they stole from me is just another tomb, filled with the echoes of their own betrayal. I don't miss it. I don't miss them. When you hand people the space they so desperately demand, sometimes it swallows them whole. And when the screaming comes, you realize you've already walked away, forever.